lately, if you've been following up with the social media, Instagram is trying to do something like Insta IGTVs. They're actually trying to promote something like monetization on their platform. So here is how it works. If I have my fashion show and you realize you have to create a lot of crowds, the more the crowds and the more the viewers on Instagram TVs, it's called the IGTV, the more you're going to earn from them. It's something they're starting due to a lot of pressure that has been earned from different kinds of people to earn, Victor, and probably it goes hand in hand with creativity. If you have pieces that are not everywhere, that have a lot of what should I say? There those enticing kind of enticing design that anyone can be impressed to put on their data to watch your runway. That is how we're going to pull the crowds, and Instagram will be earning, you will be earning from Instagram through viewers. So our point is we need to look out for people in the fashion industry, need to look out for those crowd pullers that will make the viewers watch our clothing.
Okay, Patricia, that's nice. Then my question comes again. What about those people who are not using Instagram? People who are so much into Facebook?
People who are so much into Facebook.
Yes.
Victor, we all know that Facebook has taken over. It's now using WhatsApp. It's connected to WhatsApp and Instagram. Are we clear? That's where my sensitization point comes back. That, you know what, if we have an issue, we're not supposed to lag on only one thing. So if you have Facebook, Facebook is now connected with WhatsApp, Facebook is now connected with Instagram. So basically, if you have a page on Facebook, you can easily connect with Instagram.
Okay.
Have I answered your question?
Yeah, but still I have some questions on that because
yeah.
When we look at the revenue that may come out on Instagram, IGTV, is it really corresponding to
the video
input? With the input,
the what?
When we look at the projected revenue that may come from IGTV on a singular fashion show, will it really correspond with the inputs of the designer? Maybe the designer has put in $10,000 to put up a collection, then expect the revenue from IGTV to correspond.
Victor, we go back to the sensitization. Still, I will stick on that. Do you know why? Because most of the times we look at, yes, I know what you're speaking of is a matter of fact that yes, it is true. But what is the way forward? The way forward is to teach our people that one is better than zero. You get my point? We're going to start this at a less point, but with time it's growing. You know, we start with steps. I know fashion involves a lot of things. Or we won't earn the way we've been earning due to the online platforms. But this is the way forward. We need to accept it.
Oh, yeah, I can see you. Okay.
Victor, we need to give other people a platform. Yeah. So I think I'll come in later.
Yeah, we welcome Perry from Mozambique. You're there. Hey, Perry.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm beautiful. I'm okay. And you guys?
Hi, Perry.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good also.
Yes, Phil, we have
Hi,
Phil from Uganda. She's there. We have Ivy Marani from Kenya. We have Doreen from Uganda. There is Ronald who has joined me. Hey, Ronald. Yeah, and we have our host Steve who is there as well. And Steve had what Patrick has put up in regards to having what I've learned happened is about having social fashion shows, social media fashion shows online, putting everything online. And I'd love to table the idea. I mean, I'd love to table the PowerPoint on the floor and see what other panelists are thinking about it. And of course, they can also give us what they have in mind. Yes, Steve, are you there?
Yes. I'm here. I was working on some of the technicalities, but now that I'm back, I think we can get on. As I advised from the beginning, that we shall be moderating with Victor. It is awesome that we have finished with Nakai from Uganda. I think we can now hear from Marani, and I kind request mainly all of us who are going to be discussing. I can see Ronald there as well. Hi, Ronald. Please unmute your mic and say hi to us.
Oh, hi,
Right,
Steve.
maybe.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Hi.
You're most
Hi.
welcome.
So,
Yeah, so I will request this discussing. All of us, we will mute our videos and our audios so that we can have a very good coverage.
Some people are saying, well, they have to pay rent. I mean, and actually some people are renting, like where you're sleeping, you're renting, and then you're renting an office as well. I mean, we have to use our brain sometimes, yeah? Now, this COVID period has actually taught us to work from home, work online. Honestly, with my organization, I'm still working. And of recent, actually, there is a baby we have saved. The child was thrown in our toilet. Yeah, and some mothers are careless. Sorry, I'm a philanthropist. When I start talking about such issues, my heart bleeds. This lady happened to she threw her own child in the toilet, in the latrine, in a pit latrine, yeah? And that's in our village. And luckily, this baby was dropped in our school toilet. Yeah, I have a charity school there at home. It's a family charity school. Yeah? So one of my aunties followed this lady, and then she saw the lady return minus the baby. They asked the lady, "Hey, where is the baby?" Guess what? The lady could not answer. They only had the baby crying from the pit, and they had to do the necessary. Good enough, the baby is safe. The baby is okay right now. The baby is improving. She's been on oxygen, but now the kid is okay, and we adopted the baby. And I'm so excited. I'm a mother already because now I had a baby. Yeah. So try setting up offices at home. This also reduces stress. You don't have to think about like rent, double rent, pay, maybe you're staying, then again parents for your business. I think that's the point. Then also, as I said before, we have to try and plan ahead. Always plan ahead, and make some savings. Hello.
Yes, Doreen, we can hear
Are you
you.
guys there?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm saying we should try to always plan ahead, and we should save as much as we can, to avoid stress. Then also try to have different sources of income. As Doreen, I don't put my eggs in one basket. Right now, I'm running my charity organization, Cabaret Models for Charity. As I said, I don't depend on a single income. First of all, we sell our own products. We sell our own commodities. Like this one, we sell t-shirts, we sell bottles, we sell a lot of items, and we don't only sell them in Uganda, but we sell them across the globe. Our website is www.thecabaret.org. So apart from that, people have been calling me, people donating. You know what I mean? So I've not been really affected by the lockdown. That's what I can say. Actually, I'm just trying to help other people during this lockdown. and also maybe my neighbors buy food for them, just like that. I think that's it. And then one more point. People love to support their own, but we tend to make our items so expensive. Like this one, I'm talking to fashion designers. So most of the times we complain that maybe materials are coming from China. People are making their items from China. I have a friend called Boss Mototo. Boss Mototo has his brand. It's called Boss Mototo. So he's almost in the similar business as I am. He customizes different items, but he makes these items from China. So what has the pandemic taught us? The pandemic has taught us to also support our own. We can as well make these items from here. Am I right? Yeah, what I'm saying is we can also try to support our own. Let's support our local market as well. Our local market, if you're in Kenya, try to support your own. If you're in Tanzania, try to support your own. If you're in Uganda, try to support your own, other than only, looking at the international, supporting those others. Let's support ours. So I think that's it for now. And also, we should try concentrating more on selling our ideas online, just like the previous speaker emphasized. Online marketing is the way to go. I also do branding. Like I brand different, not necessarily celebrities, because I can make you a celebrity if you're not one, following the steps that I use. For example, I will make for you a Wikipedia page. I will or brand, provided you know exactly what you want. So those are the cover branding sessions I'll be doing online. I think that's it for now.
Thank you, Doreen. It's been quite interesting and it's appealing as Ivy prepares to also give us her take on the future of African fashion and pageantry. Maybe one or two things that I've seen. She talked about us supporting Africans, whereby we must support African fabric, which is very essential and crucial. Not to wait for fabric from China and all that, so that we can do that is for the designers. And then also having different sources of income. This is key, whereby we must learn new things. COVID has shaken the world and it will continue shaking the world for those who cannot really think that they will have various sources of income. We want to say thank you so much. I think we're learning, right? Whoever is online. Allow me welcome Ivy Marani from Kenya also to unmute her mic, and then she will give us her take on the future of African fashion and pageantry industry post-COVID-19. You are welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. Hope you can hear me. So what I want to talk about today, it's about my main point is on franchises. After COVID happened, so many models stopped registering for the franchises because everyone is thinking, how am I going to buy this franchise right now? After COVID happened, so many models like said they were not going to buy the franchise. They don't want to invest in modeling because they think COVID is not going to end soon and their money will be missing. So my main point here is to encourage all models around the world. They should buy these franchises because when you buy the franchise, already you are a miss of that franchise. Whether COVID takes 10 years, whether it takes 5 years, you'll still have to compete for that franchise before they select another queen. That's one thing models do not understand, and I wish they understood that as COVID is going on, they need to invest in the franchise. My next thing is on visas. So I was saying for models should apply their visa right now because you're not sure when COVID is ending. It might end tomorrow and they tell you to travel tomorrow and you don't have the visa. Again, my other point, this is the time for models and national directors to use their social media platforms because this is the time that you need to gain fans to your page. So models, national directors, and everyone should start gaining fans on their page. My other point on this We are not sure what COVID-19 is going to affect the world in fashion industry. But what we are sure of, this is the time that we as Africa should come up with our own events. We as Africa should come up with our own ideas, just like what happens in the international organizations. I'm talking about Europe, Asia, and everyone, and every other thing. This is the time that when you have that idea, you should have a meeting with your people, sit down and think about that idea in the modeling industry. This is the time to build your brand so that when people come up, there's a brand that is coming from Africa. Your brand is also at par with them. So guys will be looking at your brand as they look at other people. My last point is on visiting working offices. This applies if you have an event planned. You know, right now most of the offices are closed down, right? And you might tend to think that I'm not going to approach that office because they're closed down. No, there some people are working online, they have working email. This is the time to get sponsors for your own event. This is the time to try and sell your idea out there, so that when COVID ends, you have already set up business for yourself. You've already sold your idea out so that people will be able to help you out. So those are my points for today.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Steve, can you take on, please?
Yes.
We thank you so much, but maybe pardon on the last bit, on the last point, because we understood the franchise bit, but now the last one, please.
About the sponsors.
Yes, and there is another one about visas, I think.
Oh, about visas. You know, most people right now, they're not applying for those visas because they think COVID is there and they're not going to travel. Those that are going for international competitions. So my point here is this is the time for you to get the right documents that you need, so that when COVID ends, you're not going to rush and look for the documents, because you are never sure. COVID might end today and Miss World says it's going to happen tomorrow, and you've not prepared for anything, you've not gotten your visa. So this is the time to book an interview with your embassy this period, so that when COVID ends, you're able to get that interview and you're able to get your visa on time. So I'm telling models and NS and everyone else that needs to travel out after COVID, they need to do their visas right now. Get the documentation right now, get the money needed this period, and and book an appointment this period, so that when COVID ends, they're just able to get it instantly.
That is awesome. That is awesome. You are basically telling Africa to get ready, because COVID can end tomorrow. We can learn to live by COVID and to live with COVID, right? Thank you so much, Marani. There you go from Kenya. Trisha wanted to say something, or Ronald?
Ronald, let's hear from Ronald.
Ronald, what is the future of African fashion and pageantry industry post-COVID-19? How do you see it and how do you view it?
Honestly, right now, I'm going to side with Ivy. Honestly, yeah. Thank you so
So
much.
for you,
Thank you so much.
for you in Uganda, how are you coping up with fashion and pageantry right now?
According to the way the lockdown has been going, locally for me, I'm not going to say that I have gone so much abroad with the fashion thing, because the shops are closed and transport is blocked. Well, I would say I would be siding with Ivy's idea of you know, booking the tickets and stuff, then or preparing everything that you would have done after the lockdown is done. But well, as you understand that the lockdown is so tight.
All right. There, Ronald, there for you from Uganda as well. If Marani is still on, she would maybe expound more on the last point of sponsors. You talked about that. Then we shall have also in Doreen to talk about more things, and then also Trish maybe comes first, Patricia, and as we see that we can get other people. Thank you. Are you there, Marani?
Yeah, I'm still here. So on sponsorship, for instance, I will tell someone I have 37 models from around the world. These 37 models, they have like 10,000 followers each on Instagram. If you sponsor my event and each one of them poses with your product on their pages, you're going to get traffic on your side. That's the main basic thing the sponsors wants, what they're going to get back from you. So I'm thinking this is the period for you to look for that sponsor right now. They might not be in the office, but it's the time for you to go to their social media pages, get their emails there, send them your documents, send them your proposal right now, so that if COVID ends tomorrow and they do budgeting for the year, let's say for 2021 or 2020, they have that budget with you in their mind, so that you are able to get the sponsors. But if you're going to wait for COVID to end and you start looking for those sponsors, some might tell you that COVID affected them so bad, but if you go right now, they'll be able to put you in their mind, they'll be able to meditate about your idea during this period, and after the period ends, you are able to get good feedback from the sponsors. So right now, approach as many as you can. Approach them on social media, send them the emails, call them, and everything. They respond. And my last point, to add on my last point that I forgot, it's about back to back. In my own opinion, I'm seeing Uganda is coming up so tough. Uganda is tough right now in the modeling industry, because you can see from their Miss International last year, then you can see how they're planning Miss Supranational, you can see how they're coming up. So my opinion is, to other African countries, we should emulate what Uganda is doing in modeling industry, so that when you go to compete internationally, all the countries have the same competition, that what Uganda, the same like what Uganda gives in the competition. So we should try and emulate what Uganda is doing in the modeling industry right now, because Uganda is coming up so tough. And in my own opinion, we might have back to back in Miss International this year or next year.
Wow, thank you so much, Marani. Thank you so much for appreciating Uganda. And we also appreciate Kenya, Tanzania, and all other countries. Thank you very, very much.
Yes,
Now, right
before
about now,
you go to that, I'd love to ask Ivy some questions. Ivy, you've been talking about, I love the compliment about Uganda,
please.
yes. And I would love to appreciate you, a young woman who is really having a clear mind on what's going on, and you're trying to do something very big for Kenya. And I have a question about sponsorships. Yes, it's really quite vital for those people who are putting up events to look for sponsorships. But if it doesn't happen, do we have plan B? What other means are we supposed to go on with, if at all it's not about sponsorship?
Or those who do not rely on sponsorship.
Yes.
Or events that do not rely on sponsorship, you have to have plan B. Like, for instance, there's this thing that is called, Victor, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Yes.
This thing that is called, you just have your own meeting. You can have the modeling registration, right? The modeling registration fee, a small fee for the models to register. With this fee, you're going to put a prize up for the winner. With that fee, a small fee, you're going to put a prize up for the winner with that fee. And during the competition, you're going to have ticketing. So for your organization, you're able to earn through ticketing, and the bills of the final event is going to run through ticketing for you to sell the tickets. So you have to make sure you have an audience that is coming to buy those tickets. My next point here is My next point about apart from the ticketing, my next point here is if your event is running successfully, you will have people that will come on board. They want to be part of your event. You don't need to approach them. You'll have people like, let's say, the politicians or any other person who will want to give a speech on your event. They'll come there, they'll want to give a token for the winner, things like that. So you don't need to rely on sponsorship so much. You need to put so much effort on your fans, so much effort on your brand to go out to sell it, so that it can attract the audience.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. I still have more questions about that, but I'll come back later. I think Steve, you can bring in Doreen.
Yes, yes. Perhaps we wanted also to get more reactions from what all the people have talked about. Whoever is
Yes,
ready, please.
I am
Yes,
ready.
please. And okay, please go.
So yeah, so Darren talked about always having plan B, and then she talked about if lipsticks have failed, you can opt for face masks. But I always look out for opportunities. I'm answering this to Doreen if she can hear me. I always look out for opportunities because remember, even masks, you have to invest in them. But why not have plan B? So my plan B is looking at media houses. These are people that speak without masks in the studios. I'm looking at live example. I'm looking at NBS first because it's my favorite. Then I'm looking at people who do news anchors actually. Yeah, that is what I looked out for to sell my lipsticks to earn income for now. That is my opportunity I looked out for. And back to the fashion industry, I would love to suggest this. We have people that the so-called in our Uganda essential workers. These are people that have ladies, and ladies, we have a disease called you need to look nice, you need to dress nice. God gave us that. So why not sell these products to these people? Look out for media houses. These people are looking out for fashion houses day in, day out. They need clothes to, they need a different cloth every day to, entertain the viewers. So this goes back to the fashion people, fashion designers. Look out for media platforms. Yeah, I think that is what I really wanted. Then the next point is good network systems. If you people have been on Instagram, I can give you two examples of the people that have really emphasized and utilized Instagram videos by inviting the way we've done it here on Zoom, but Instagram does it with different people. So my point is good network system. Right now in COVID, we are looking at coordinating with people and creating a good network system with people in Africa and people abroad. Ask them how things are going so that maybe you can create out something or ideas that can come after COVID or that can go on. We are not only looking at maybe pageantry directors, but even the celebrities in the industry, because these people are the ones that really need these things right now, because this is the time they are using to make their videos, to do different kind of things, to do their interviews. So they need fashion designers and all these beauty things. Yeah, those are my 2 points, I guess, that were burning. So someone else can join in.
Wow, that is awesome. Brilliance from you there. Africa is hearing you, and they are really watching you. We will post all this on our social media platforms, and they are going to be seeing whatsoever that we have been discussing. Thank you so much. So we do not take you for granted at all, and we want to say that you have really done us very, very well. So we need to hear from Doreen as well, and we see her reactions. If Ronald also has, then we will also hear from Ronald. Doreen, are you there?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. This is a very good platform, yeah. Most of our celebrities have one single source of income, yeah. For example, the artists you're talking about, maybe to sell your lipsticks, remember they're also not performing.
Yeah.
But then if you're saying you're targeting maybe the TV presenters and whatsoever, someone is going to tell you, hey, they might not even tell you because they will say they are promoting your brand. You get? So anyway, I'll leave that to you guys. Before you talked about how to get sponsors, right? Hello.
Yes,
Can you guys
Lorraine, we
hear
can
me?
hear you. Yes.
Yes, we are on. We can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So you were talking about getting sponsored, how to get sponsors. So I think how to get sponsors, one must come up with a good proposal. Come up with a good proposal. Come up with a good budget. Know who to go to. Yeah, like target a few companies. Then also relate it to a cause. For example, if you have an event, relate it to a charity cause. Then target these companies, maybe like Starbucks. Yeah, Starbucks is always doing charities. They're always investing in charities, you know. So this is what we have to do. We should think out of the box after COVID. Yeah, but for now, I think the best option for now, I would actually opt for online. Whatever you're doing right now, you should do it online. If you have a good social media, if you have good social media channels, you have good social media pages. First of all, you have to know that these days people buy names. People buy a name. Do you understand? So that's why we have to also focus on branding. Like brand yourself. Find a way to brand yourself. I told you I do branding. I brand different people. Most of our people are doing very good work, but no one knows them. Most of the upcoming fashion designers, my goodness, I'm always doing shit. So I tend to support the upcoming fashion designers. But my goodness, people are talented. Young girls have talent, but they're not exposed. Okay, so when you brand yourself, trust me, people are going to look for you. People look for a name. I personally, people end up supporting anything I do because it's cabaret. Why? I branded myself. When you go somewhere and you mention cabaret, a person will come up and say, oh yeah, Doreen, I'm going to buy this because it's Doreen. So let's just go.
Yes, Doreen, just a question for you here.
Yes, please.
Yes, Doreen, a question for you here, my dear. We love the enthusiasm on how you do business and how you really want to do things online and all that. There is a logistical bit of it as well. If we are to look at the logistics in this thing, for example, I have my lipstick and I have a brand already. How are you handling the logistical bit? Whereby in Uganda we have various companies that transport. Do you get partnerships with them? How do you handle this transportation?
I can hear you
Yes,
still.
I was saying maybe you would introduce yourself, where you are, what you're doing, and also you will tell us on how you have been thriving during COVID, and also how do you see the future of fashion, African fashion and pageantry industry post COVID-19. Briefly, in just a bit of 4 to 5 minutes, and then yes, thank you.
Okay. Hello, everyone, once again. My name is Daisy. I'm in Ghana. I'm Ghanaian, so I'm talking
Please
from Ghana. I'm
go
a
on.
beauty queen. I'm a fashion and runway model. Yeah. A fashion enthusiast, basically, and a youth development enthusiast at that.
Daisy?
And so thank you all for having me here. Hi. So as I was saying, COVID-19 has been, something that has hit the world in the past few months and few weeks. And the impact is something that we can't overlook, and it's been felt by everyone around the world. So let's say here in Ghana, I want to say that, fashion is a lifelong um, venture. Okay, fashion is always going to be with us. There's not a time that we are not going to have to deal with fashion. Once we are going to always wear clothes, have bags, wear shoes, do an ad for something. Fashion is always going to be with us. So with or without COVID-19, fashion is going to be here. So moving forward with the COVID-19 pandemic, we are looking at trying to adapt ways like what we are doing online here. People are still sewing, people are still wearing clothes, people are still having shows. So can we go virtual in the sense where we can't meet as a full body? We are looking at having virtual sections, having virtual shows where people actually still see the things that we have to give and appreciate that. Hello?
Yes, Daisy, we can hear you.
Okay. So back to it, I want us to have it in mind that fashion is always going to be with us. And so we in the fashion industry have like a lifelong industry to chase. And so we need to be innovative. We need to reinvent ways of doing things. We need to, just do things to suit the market, come what may. This is very new to us. This has been very different. Let's give up ourselves to new ways of doing things, be open-minded so that we make the best use of the industry that we are functioning in. So yeah, I think that's what I'll say for now. As time goes on in the conversation, if things comes up and then I have a contribution, I'll gladly put that here. I want to say thank you guys again for having
question
me.
for you before you go. A question for you. Now, in Ghana, purposely, like you have told us to have to be open-minded, to, for example, here in Uganda, it is so hard for us to travel. How are you linking up that gap? How are you doing the linkage between your products, if you have any, and the consumer? How are you doing that? How are you getting lockdown? Thank you.
So I'm going to use an example. For example, yesterday, so the Miss Ghana pageant has been holding, and it was in session just before the whole pandemic, so there was a lockdown, you can't really go around and all that. And what they did here in Ghana was what he did here in Ghana was to hold like virtual concerts. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Daisy. How are you?
So I'm well, thank you.
Hi,
Sandy. Guys, I saw my fellow Ghanaians.
Yes, Sandy, you're most welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, so as Daisy is sharing, you will also be the next person online. We have Maran from Kenya. We have so many people.
Okay.
So
okay,
as
Daisy,
I was saying, like for the Miss Ghana pageants, for example, because they couldn't have like a talent competition where everyone was going to come into the hall to watch it. Yesterday, what they did was to have a virtual concert, and you were going to pay before you could watch, just as you would pay to enter an auditorium, just as you would pay to enter, a concert. you get the link, and then they created platforms where
Daisy,
you pay
I hope we do
to
not lose you.
view it. Hi.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, we get you now.
I was given an example of what happened in Ghana. That's just yesterday. This is like very recent, of how you Steve asked the question of how you can get to your customers, okay, where you can still get in touch
Yes.
with your consumer market. Yes, and I was given an example of the Miss Ghana pageants where they actually held their talent competition, but then they did a virtual. And so those of us that participated had to participate online, but then we had to pay. So just as I would pay for a ticket to paying through like money platforms, paying through Visa card, e-banking platforms. And I think that's like actually very innovative. So fashion enthusiasts, people that actually like the idea of pageantry and then fashion would actually make time to watch and pay for it. And they don't necessarily have to be in the auditorium where the thing is happening.
Oh yeah. Well answered. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we can actually utilize the virtual platforms where you can still get in touch with people, because now like a lot of people are on the internet, and so once we are able to put our product out there well, market it properly, people are actually going to patronize, and it will be almost as it was when we could interact with them personally. Because even if you guys are in Uganda, Kenya, all around the world, if I have to sell a product prior to this time, I was going to send it. You were going to reach me via the internet. That's if I was not going to come in person. So it's actually never been the issue of meeting person to person. Do you understand? I don't know if you guys are getting the point where I'm coming from. There's always been room for the virtual world. So I think once we are able to utilize that, learn more about how to market our products, we going virtual wouldn't be like a problem, and we can actually use it very well. So yeah, thank you guys for having me. I think as time goes on, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, I can chip in that.
All right, Daisy. Thank you so much for your contribution. We have really learned a lot. The virtual bit has really worked for me, and I don't know for others, but they have also learned something. And now I want us to bring in to surely be with us and to tell us something. Sandy from Ghana as well, to say a word or two. Sandy, this is what you have been on during the meeting. Sandy, are you there? Maybe Sandy needs to let us. Yes.
I'm here.
Yeah. Now you will tell us who you are, what you do, where you are, and then you also give us your perspective on the future of African fashion and pageantry industry post COVID-19 and how you have been doing the thing that side. Thank you so much. I'm Steven.
Okay. Hi guys. I'm Sandy Emisa from Ghana, and I'm a past delegate of Miss Universe Ghana. And then also I own my company now, that's Legacy Pageants Limited. And we have our own international pageant called Miss Legacy Universe. And also we have smaller events, and then we have franchises with other pageants like Miss Grand International, Miss Super Globe, Miss African Dignity, and a whole lot. But currently with this pandemic, we are having all our pageants online because we currently have a ban on social gatherings in Ghana here. So currently we are having everything online. And I think it's a bit helping us because Africa, we need to develop, and then we need to adapt certain, certain activities to incorporate in our pageant. So I think the online pageantry is going to help us a lot. That's why I have started that with my company here.
All right. So, Sandy, you have really talked about online and doing that. I don't know what happens in Ghana, but how are the internet charges in Ghana, and how are the taxes on internet and social media? Are they favorable? Are they good? Maybe someone in Africa would love to know, because one thing I know, research shows that internet is expensive in Africa. And if it is the same thing in Ghana, what do you think should be done for that? Sandy, there for you.
Okay, at first it used to be really, really expensive with different type of telecommunications networks here. But then during this pandemic, I think the government has been really helpful with us talking to the various telecommunication networks. So currently, the internet charges are not that huge. Some are really moderate, so you can afford it. That's why most of the citizens here are doing everything online. They are using social media to communicate and stuff, because like the internet charges is not really expensive here. That's why we are always doing everything online, because social media is our life now. We can't go out. So every information or um every details is through social media. So basically the internet charges are moderate and then everyone can afford it. Yeah.
Okay, guys, I want to quickly chip in this, Steve. That's if you would allow me.
Yes, yes, please. As before you chip in, Victor from Uganda will be presenting for us something in a bit of a few minutes after Daisy's presentation. Please go on. Victor, there for you. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready, sir.
Okay, so um, with regards to the internet charges that you asked about, okay, in areas, Sandra mentioned that in Ghana we've had subsidies, so it's not like fast stretched for us, at least not
Daisy,
within this period. But then in countries where you don't have that, I recommend that in your bit of going virtual, you adapt pre-recorded sessions, whereby if I have an event, I have something to show you, I'm going to pre-record and upload so that people can download within a particular time frame and then watch it afterwards, so that it doesn't have to be live. You know how the internet charges are more expensive if it's a live feed. I don't know if you guys get that, but then more often than not, if it's a live feed, yes, the internet charges are quite expensive. So if the organizers of whatever you're having, if it's a show, if it's an advert, you pre-record your sessions so that, say, if I have the time in the night and I have better internet in the night, I download it in the night, and then
Daisy,
during the day, yeah, when I'm free, I can just, go back to the video and then watch it and then drop comments afterwards. So I think we can like adapt those sessions to where we pre-record our content, downloadable content, so that people don't have to always be like streaming in live sessions, which is quite expensive than just downloading the content. Thank you.
Right about now.
Yeah.
Yes, Daisy, we shall get you again, because the network has interrupted you in your last bit, but never mind. Let's first have this presentation done, and then we have Doreen online from Uganda. We have Patricia or Trish from Uganda as well. We had Ivy from Kenya, and she went off. We have Ronald on set with us. Victor will be presenting with us right now. Let's give Victor some time, just a few minutes, then he will share with us what he has and what he thinks about the future of Africa, fashion and pageantry industry. He's the CEO of Kewis Fraternity, Uganda, and this does mainly production and pageantry in Uganda. Thank you so much. Victor, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Steve, and the fellow panelists. In our chat, I sent my speech, a PDF document. I don't know if you guys can check your chats. It's there. I'm just sent right now. But also, I'm going to share a screen with you right away. and see if you can read through it. Please let me know if you can see what I'm seeing on my screen.
Wow. Daisy there for you from Ghana. We had Sandy K from Ghana. We've really been with Ivy Marani, Ronald from Uganda, Marani from Kenya, Doreen from Uganda, and we also had Patricia Autriche also from Uganda as well. It has been nice having you guys. Maybe if Victor has one or two things to say before we wrap it up.
Okay, please. Thank you so much, everyone, for this wonderful time. And we're going to have a brief meeting with Mr. Steve, Executive Vice President, and the Chief Finance Officer, who has been the host of this conversation, this conference. And we shall share with you the outcomes about the mega event. And we shall schedule another meeting to discuss about the name of the event, to discuss about the hosting country, and as Doreen demanded, we're going to get WhatsApp group to share for easier communication. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you, Victor, there for you. We want to say a big thank you and shout out to everyone. I want to say for now, bye-bye. Everyone will unmute their video and their audio, and they say bye before we close. May the good Lord protect you, be with you, and keep you safe. Until next time, we have taken down each and every single thing that you have talked about, and we're going to put them in place. And guys, thank you so much. Let us unmute and we say bye to each other. For me, say bye.
Bye, bye,
Okay,
guys.
bye,
Really nice
guys.
talk together.
Thank you.
Take care of yourselves.